comes to remaking a game, you should try to keep it as faithful as possible to the original game. Let's look at what Nintendo did with Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. But it seems that Konami would rather, instead of making the game as faithful to the original Silent Hill 2 as possible, they're gonna make it appeal towards Twitter and Facebook. That's who they want. That's who the audience is. They always talk about modern audiences, and we always made fun of this entire thing because the most listened to artists on the modern audiences would be like, look at music. They was like, well, that we need to make music for more modern audiences, but then, Taylor Swift is still the number one most listened to singer. It isn't Billie Eilish, which would be a quote unquote artist that, sings for modern, quote unquote, modern audiences, Twitter audiences that want to listen to woke music that, no one wants to listen to. But again, Billie Eilish's music always, ages very poorly. Just look at Bad Guy and how terrible that song is. I don't care how much LFDO overrates Billie Eilish, but or you look at the, success of K-pop. They always talk about we want, less pretty women and everything, and we want average looking women and everything, but then they'll go listen to all these K-pop which these people are literally like supermodels. They always pick these supermodels for K-pop. Like, that's because most men and women are attracted to supermodels. It's just how it is. Or the fact that Tate McRae, one of the worst singers of our time, is literally like a supermodel looking woman, kind of like Madonna 2.0. And the only reason why people like her music is because she's sexy, not because she actually makes good music. I'm talking about Tate McRae here, but they always talk about this. We need more modern audiences, but then they don't want to do. They don't understand what people actually want. Right? It's like these woke people think that basically woke people on Facebook and Twitter are the ones we must pander to. We must pander towards Facebook and Twitter. So basically, if you don't know, they want to remake Silent Hill 2. Why aren't we remaking the first one? Why are we skipping the first Silent Hill? But apparently we're getting the Silent Hill 2 remake. But instead, we have whoever the Boober team is. Never heard of them before. We're getting Silent Hill 2 preserved authenticity. Wow, it's up in a classic horror for modern audiences. Why did they need to change the game? There's a difference. This is a remake. Okay, if they were like, I get they don't have to make a quote unquote faithful remake, but they're basically changing the story because we're gonna appease Twitter and Facebook. We gotta appease Twitter and Facebook because that's who buys games now. They don't buy games. I wish these Hollywood and these game developers would realize these are the people who don't buy games and don't watch movies, that don't watch anything. Like, these people don't do anything. They just sit around on Twitter all day and complain. But they would rather listen to these people on Twitter and Facebook and give them the light of day because we gotta change the story. To make the story while it remains always changed with massive mega technology, you can expand it on some aspects. This was designed in combat to make it as faithful as possible to the original game. So they're trying to make a so it requires network linking for Sweet Baby Inc. Influence God of War Ragnarok for PC. But it is pretty funny that, they should keep it as faithful to the original game as possible. That's what they say they're doing. But look at how they changed the character design. I get, character designs are not the most important, but they should try to keep it as faithful to the original game as possible. Okay, that includes keeping the character designs as true to the original Silent Hill 2 as possible. Okay, I don't really care about the whole quote-unquote war between, we want women, we want average women, we don't like average looking women in video games, 0 out of 10, we only want supermodels, so you can, like that type of stuff, but this is supposed to be a faithful remake, and the character looks this character looks far worse, okay, than, it does in the original. They made the character look far worse. At least this specific female character. I don't know. I've never played Silent Hill ever in my life. Call me a quote-unquote fake gamer all you want, but, I don't play horror games, first of all. But it's so funny that they want to change all this stuff for a quote unquote faithful remake as well. But they would rather, what we call the Boober team has hired Street Baby 2.0, hit the Texan, ESG, Konami, over why Mazia looks at sanitize, that's where the game is over, bros. And they really, if they really want to put the game, like, they really, like, if they really want to keep the game as faithful to the original, why did they change the character design of the character? It makes no sense. Okay, if it's a new game, they can design the character however they want. It's called, creative freedom. But this is supposed to be a faithful remake. They even talk about how it's faithful to the original game, but then they will change the character designs of the characters to look nothing like the original game. It's like, why? It's like if they remade, Sonic Adventure, and they changed Sonic's design to look like a obese head. They're not going to do that. But it's just so funny that these people would rather, quote unquote, modernize the game instead of keeping the game faithful to the original, which is what a remake is supposed to do. There's actually two types of remakes. There's faithful remakes, which is what they're saying they're doing, but they would rather, make, the own fit of things. Boober Team was a ability of transforming the environment. Okay, so these are like so these people basically like that Sweet Baby Inc. developer. Okay, no one likes them. Okay, they sneak in the garbage into the game, and and people finally realize that Sweet Baby Inc. is a terrible developer, and finally started to say, you know what, we're not gonna buy anything by Sweet Baby Inc. ever again. But it seems that we have a third developer we have to worry about. It's called Brooper. Or what's it called? Was it called Brooper? No, it's Boober. I find it funny that if you remove the L, it would be called Boober. Yeah. But again, was Konami confirming the game to appeal towards modern audience? As expected, they could be extremely confused those wanting for the game. The text is detected to be added to the website, and yeah, this is gonna be another. I think people will still buy this game. The modern gamers, they're desperate for quote unquote good games to come out, because again, this year has been so devoid of games coming out. Like, you either have games for microtransactions and bugs and glitches. Those are you either have microtransactions or you have bugs and glitches. That's all you have. Okay, you don't have anything in between, and unless you play like Nintendo games or something, you have to basically worry about this. Or the game is or there's a third option, the game's a live server style, which is microtransactions. So yeah, there's really no winning in modern gaming. Okay, like they changed the character design for no reason for this female character. I have never played the original game, but they literally changed how the character works for no reason. Okay, like she isn't that ugly. Like people were making like she's like, oh, she's the ugliest thing ever. No, but they made her look less like a normal person. Okay, they made her just look like a generic. Like they made it like she looks like a generic average person compared to how it was in the original game. Again, this is supposed to be a faithful remake. And yeah, that's about this video here. So yeah, I don't think not many people going to be buying this game outside the people who actually like Silent Hill. I don't think that many people really actually played the original Silent Hill 2 game. Horror games are not as popular as they are now. So again, Konami really, continues to ruin the trust of gaming audiences. How they completely portrayed Kojima, making him make his own studio. Like, this is, nothing surprise coming out of Konami. This is like we all know. I think after they betrayed Kojima, Konami just turned into a city company that no one likes. Like, Konami used to be one of the most beloved, went from the most beloved company, one of the most beloved and most well-revered companies, to one of the most hated companies in all of gaming after the betrayal of Kojima. And that's about this video here. Goodbye.